Welcome to Cozy Noah Vibes, a podcast where we listen, relax, and drift off to sleep. My name is Noah, and I'm delighted to be your host tonight. Thank you for tuning in. We greatly appreciate your support and feedback, which continually inspires us to improve the show. We love hearing from you. So if you have any story ideas, suggestions for improvement, or just want to say hi, please do send us a message. I try my best to reply to every email. So visit Cozy Noah Vibes. Come and use our contact page to reach out. Tonight, I'll take you to a special pumpkin patch on a beautiful autumn day. We'll admire pumpkins, stroll through an apple orchard, and sit by a warm, cozy bonfire, soaking in the seasonal ambience. Now, make sure you're comfortable in bed. Perhaps do a final stretch to relax your muscles, or adjust your position to find the best spot for falling asleep. Once you're ready, begin to slow your breathing, taking a deep breath in, and then slowly exhaling, feeling your body respond to this slow rhythm, becoming calmer, more relaxed, and eventually more sleepy. Notice any areas in your body that need more attention to relax and settle. And as you continue to breathe deeply, guide that calming essence into those areas. Tonight's story is a pleasant and simple one that you can follow along with for however long you wish, allowing your imagination to transport you to a new scene. On a cool October afternoon, you're walking along a quiet country road that connects to neighboring towns. The leaves rustle in the trees, and clouds float in the pale blue sky overhead. This is where our story begins. On this peaceful autumn day, the crunchy leaves underfoot make a satisfying sound as you stroll along the country road. Ahead, you see a sign pointing to your destination, carved in wood and hanging from an old wooden gate. It reads Shadowy Pumpkin Patch. In the distance, the forested hills are covered in autumn's favorite colors, while the area you're in is much flatter, perfect for growing pumpkins. The sky is a soft blue, dotted with a few fluffy white clouds. Looking down, you spot a perfect maple leaf that has fallen from the nearby red and yellow trees. You bend down to pick it up by its stem, holding it up to the sunlight to admire its delicate details. Unlike the other leaves around, this one remains sturdy and slightly damp, retaining some of the moisture from when it was part of the tree. It's so beautiful that you carefully tuck it into your small bag as a keepsake. As you approach the wooden gate, a light breeze blows through, feeling it pass through the fabric of your top. You wrap your thin wool scarf a little tighter for warmth. The gate is held shut with a metal latch, and you lift it with your thumb, the gate creaking loudly, showing its age. You think to yourself, this gate has likely stood on this farm for decades. You turn and the warm, mature scent of pumpkins and the sweet crisp smell of apples greet you. The pumpkin patch begins with a short dirt path, surrounded by a few tall skinny trees, their leaves a mix of red, yellow, brown, and orange scattered on the tan path, some crunching underfoot, while others are too soft to make a sound. You walk up to a small wooden shack where you can buy a ticket to enter the pumpkin patch. A lady there welcomes visitors. You exchange friendly greetings and small talk. Then you pull out the appropriate cash from your pocket and hand it to her. She smiles, opens the metal cash box, and hands you a ticket. You run your fingertips over the paper ticket, flipping it over and back a few times. Then tuck it into your pocket. After passing the wooden shack, more of the pumpkin patch comes into view. From where you stand, you can see pumpkins of all sizes and colors, from small orange pie pumpkins to the pale, eerie ghost pumpkins. The white pumpkins, in particular, catch your eye. With their thick black stems and smooth sides, you can't help but wonder what they taste like, bitter or sweet. You think aloud to yourself. Looking around, you see there's so much more to see beyond the pumpkins. You catch sight of a white barn with a black roof, almost mimicking the ghost pumpkins. You can also see signs for a corn maze, an apple orchard, hair rides, and a bonfire, along with a particularly cozy area where vendors sell snacks and hot drinks. You decide you definitely want to check that out later. To your right, you notice a large map displayed on a wooden post. You trace your fingers along the map, looking for how to get to the apple orchard, and mentally note the general layout. You continue your walk towards the apple orchard, on the hunt for that perfect, crisp red apple. You walk down a small path for a while, admiring the displays of painted pumpkins, festive decorations, and large hay bales along the way. As you look around, you find that the pumpkin patch is fairly quiet today, with a few families and small groups around, but it's not crowded, promising a peaceful outing, which makes you happy. Soon, you arrive at the apple orchard, and it's quite small with only a dozen or so trees. However, each tree is laden with plump ruby red apples and fresh green leaves, both also scattered across the faded grass below. The cool breeze through the orchard brings a refreshing chill to your arms, and while you're wrapped in a warm cardigan and scarf, the breeze still finds the small spaces between the woven stitches to touch your skin. But with the gentle autumn sun overhead and the warmth of your sweater, you feel very cozy and warm. As you slowly make your way through the orchard, you see a shiny red apple fall from a tree, bouncing into a pile of leaves. Out of curiosity, you walk over, rustling through the leaves with your hand, and pick up the apple. It feels firm in your palm, and you turn it over, checking for blemishes, but the fruit is smooth and shiny, perfectly ripe. It's as if this particular apple was meant for you. Leaving the orchard, you continue along another small path, soon arriving at a cluster of wooden signs pointing in different directions. One of the signs reads caramel apples with a big arrow. You had planned to eat a simple apple, But now your senses are peaked. Holding the fruit in your hand, you follow the signs. After walking for a couple of minutes, you arrive at a fruit stand offering freshly made caramel apples and candy apples with various toppings. You can even choose to make your own. After chatting briefly with the friendly farmer, he hands you a wooden stick, and you carefully push it into the bottom of the apple, inserting it into the core. Once the apple is securely on the stick, you slowly dip it into a pot of rich caramel sauce. The warm, sugary aroma wafting up to your nose as the thick, gooey liquid quickly coats the fruit's surface. Your mouth waters at the thought of this special treat. Finally, you roll the apple in crushed peanuts, and now it's ready. You thank the farmer for his help, then turn to head back to the main pumpkin patch. A pair of kids holding hands runs past you, eager to make their own candy apples. Soon, you arrive at a wooden bench, which looks like a perfect spot to enjoy your treat. As you sit down, the bench creaks but feels comfortable beneath you. From here, you can see a beautiful view of the pumpkin patch. A scarecrow dressed in linen overalls stands among hundreds of orange pumpkins, some large, some small. Looking down at the caramel apple in your hand, you slowly turn it, admiring your handiwork, the apple gleaming in the soft afternoon sunlight, framed by the maple branches overhead. Then you bring the apple to your mouth, taking a careful bite, the sweetness spreading across your palate, just as you anticipated sweet, soft, with the syrup blending with the crunchy nuts. The perfect taste of autumn. You start slowly, attentively enjoying the apple, appreciating the surrounding scenery, thinking about all the things still left to explore. The hay maze, more delicious snacks, and the stack of wood ready for the evening bonfire. When you finish the apple, you look towards the distant hay maze, imagining the fun of exploring it. Although you're a bit hesitant about entering the maze, you think it could be a unique experience. So you decide to explore the maze. Following the signs, you arrive at the maze entrance, finding that the paths are lined with straw and hay bales, the high walls obscuring your view of the exit. In the maze, you walk slowly, occasionally encountering dead ends and corners. You hear the laughter of children and the calls of parents not far away, which brings you a sense of comfort. You take your time, enjoying the challenge and fun the maze offers. Eventually, you find the exit, feeling like you've completed a small adventure. Exiting the maze, you notice the sky is growing darker, the twilight casting a soft glow over the farm. You decide to head to the cozy area for some snacks and hot drinks. There's a stall offering hot apple cider, and you buy a cup, feeling the warmth of the drink in your hands. Sitting on a bench, you look around and see the bonfire already lit, the flames dancing and providing a warm glow. Some people are gathered around the fire, roasting marshmallows, sharing jokes and stories. Drawn by the warm atmosphere, you decide to join them. You find a comfortable spot and sit down, enjoying the warmth of the bonfire and listening to the cheerful voices around you. The warmth of the fire and the aroma of the cider make you feel relaxed and content. You close your eyes, feeling the cool autumn breeze brush against your cheeks, filling your heart with peace and calm. On this special autumn night, you find a place of tranquility, far from the hustle and stress, enjoying the warmth of nature and the company of people. You know that no matter what the future holds, this moment of peace and happiness will stay in your memory forever. Thank you for listening tonight. I hope this story brings you peace and relaxation. May you have a wonderful night and sweet dreams. Good night.